Good morning, my family and friends and the souls I met on YouTube. I just posted a shorts and I realized that I haven't really posted in the last couple weeks, and you're wondering what the heck was going on. So I'm going to tell you what's going on, and I'm going to do a little bit energy update. So last 3 weeks has been a heck of a ride. I do not know what you went through, what you are going through right now, but let me tell you, especially so 3 weeks, right? Last 3 weeks. So last week has been integrating. I'm already aware of a lot of things going on, but first is that 2 weeks, I feel like I didn't even know what happened. Everything just crashed in a way that you're wondering what is going on in the world. That was the 2 weeks before the eclipse. There were so intense this energy in the collective. There was a lot of fire energy, a lot of water. So I want to back up a little bit, okay? So weeks ago, I went into Akashic field, right? I was recording a podcast with my teacher. So we both opened the Akashic field. So I would tap into the morning before jumping into the recording, and I saw this like cement, but this cement is kind of like hot, like a fire, right? Like rocks, but they are red. But they are not burning fire, but you can know those stone is really hot. So they are in a arch. So the water is like a tunnel. The water goes through. Now, normally the water and fire, right? You will know they come together. They create this sizzling noise. But in my vision, I don't see there's any sizzling. The water just goes through very fast, and the stone was hot and heated. And I didn't get it. And until a week ago, after the 2 weeks of everything goes down, I realized what was going on. So in the last 3 weeks, if you went through so much, you feel like you cannot handle any more, you feel like a lot of things in your life, it was so good, and until all of that 2 weeks, 10 days, a period of time, or even within that week, everything just fall apart. Relationship, jobs, maybe even death in the family or in the community. We had 2 major fire in the city, burned down the house. We had a couple of very severe accident. And so the fire, now it went back to the tunnel thing. So the fire means something's going on, a lot of chaotic thing. But water's emotion. So those bring out a lot of emotions. So things are amplified, a lot of emotions, a lot of fire. Fire doesn't mean good or bad. When you have a lot of fire, sometimes depends on where you're at. Sometimes fire can burn you, but also the fire is the passion, help you to bring out a lot of projects, the things that you want to do in life, and it also at the same time stirs the emotionals, right? So the fire could be the natural disaster, but also fire be the things that bring up inside you. So that 2 weeks was super intense. Everything was going on super fast, emotional, good, bad. Every day I feel like to me it's 3 days. Every single day is like I lived the 2 to 3 days in that every single day of that 2 weeks. That's why I didn't really come to post anything, because I'm integrating. I'm asking my guides what's going on, why I dragged it into a certain situation, or I feel like I was dragged. But they're like, Gina, we already guide you to a certain way. However, you are interacting with so many different energies for so many of your projects, our podcast, healing work, and nonprofit. You are always all there. It's like we try to keep you away, but they're like, if you are on the highway and the whole highway block off, we cannot do anything, because normally the accident happen, we clear the accident. So when you get there, the traffic might be slow, but you will not be stuck there. But now, because you on the road is so often, and you on the road is so long, so when major things happen, we cannot even scoop you out at that moment because you already into. This is number one. And number two, something happened, I asked them, do I have any soul contract with this person? Is this situation? They like, well, yes and no. No, you did not really have, but are you also aware you can open the contract anytime at your command? I was like, what do you mean? They're like, well, at the end of this event, you extend your support for whatever things she needed. You say that. So you actually extend an invitation to have a contract with you. So you open a contract at that moment, and then you step into the contract. You didn't even know you opened a contract. And that's why things happen. But they are like, well, you are always protected. You always supported. Even though you step in contract, you have to finish the contract because it's your free will. We cannot drag you out because it's your free will, but we can guide you through, even though in certain contract that you're not aware, because you are open the contract for the highest grace good. So you might be tired, you might be extending certain hours, you need to be certain where, or emotional kind of get a little bit drained a little bit because you don't understand that moment. But we already doing our best to kind of also protect you, guide your energy, and make you aware. Those videos, those realizations is you will not know when you're in it. Now, when you're out of it, you realize what happened. So you learn from that, so you can share what you learned with other people. So other people have less chance to step into the situation you step into. So that's exactly we call Wisher, light worker, starseeder. However, you are a step ahead of some situation. But I'm not just saying I'm a step of whatever. You might be a step ahead of the certain things that I haven't yet go through. Then when you went through, you come back share, so I don't have to. So we are, each of us are step into some territory most people not aware, but on your own territory. Then you can come back and lift the collective. So I'm not means that who's ahead, who's behind. We are all on some level you are ahead of something, and you are all on some level you are behind of something. Okay, so now back to today, right? Today is mark the week number 3, and eclipse open a week in. I was also intentionally called to more of do self-care, because after that 2 weeks of intense bombarding of physically, emotionally, mentally, spiritually, and even sometimes financially, and to the point I was like, okay, I don't need to burn myself to heal myself. You know, it like burn out, right? You don't need to burn out. If I close to fire, it's too close, I already know I need to back up instead of like have the fire burn my clothes or whatsoever. Then I need to kind of care my skin and clothes whatsoever. I don't need to go there anymore. And that's the healing work or inner work you've been doing gonna support you. You know, the awareness will be sharpened and sharpened every single time. You know, in your life will much easier. I'm not saying you're never gonna step into the, situation. You would, because you are still learning. I stepped into 2, 3, 4 of them in 2 weeks, and I was like, what the heck is going on? So now hopefully last week you could have spent some time with yourself and integrate what's really going on, and hopefully this video also going to help you too. And the energy in May still going to be very fast forward, and there's a lot of things happening. A lot of things are happening for you, depending on how you see it. But self-care is so important. Why? I'm not talking about self-care in the springtime, okay, wintertime, because that's mainly weather. I don't know where you're from, but in Michigan, we mainly call it inward because we cannot do much of a, like outside because it's too cold. But now everybody is ready to go outside to do things. When I say go outside to do things, it could be metaphorically, or it'll be really actually physically. You want to do some things out there. So people are busy moving. People is like, okay, this is 3-4 months is golden time for us to do things. I want to be more active. I want to do this. I want to do this project. I want to collaborate with that, because after Christmas, right? Financially, you also went down a little bit and went through this confusion stage of February and March and April and May. Finally, things open because summertime, flowers, everything is blooming, trees blooming, right? Which means that on your energetic field, you feel called to, you feel happier, you feel lighter, you feel want to do more things. And self-care is so really important. Self-love, very important. Now, self-care in this busy time is super important, okay? Drinking a lot of water. I'm no joking. Definitely drink a lot of water. Okay, always have water bottle with you. Sleep. If you tell me whether sleep important or water important, I even put sleep on the top of even drinking water, because when you're resting, you don't really drink much of water. But if you don't sleep, it can affect you physically, emotionally, mentally, because it's a vessel. And if your body is not awake, it's gonna put you into some situations that you don't want to. Real life example from me. So sleep, very important. Take naps. Sleep is to help you integrate. If you, like me, every day you feel like you lived 2 or 3 days, you have to integrate. And sleep state is perfect time for you to integrate, okay? When your body feel good, when your car is washed, car is clean, the driver in the car will also feel better, okay? So I know I said a lot, but hope you guys are doing well. If you need a certain support, I'm very carefully extend my invitation. You can email me at innersensoryhealing@gmail.com or unitiesthroughdiversity@gmail.com. Also follow me on Instagram, Facebook, everywhere. So basically you can find it on my bio. But I wish you guys all have a beautiful day. I love you all.